Get to! Go on, let's do it, you got it!
Yeah! I have been living here 24 years and I haven't noticed this kind of place.
There's a mountain over here. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm relatively older.
Everything is just contributes to a feeling of exhilaration.
And you're like, oh my God, no, I will forget about that. When I climb with the foreigners, for example, they try to enjoy the nature, explore the nature and enjoy it.
It's beautiful. There's no words that can actually express yourself.
See ya next time.
I moved to Uzbekistan September 2024. I was really excited about this opportunity. As much as I'm sad that there's no sea in this country, I love the mountains and the great outdoor. I was already planning the hikes in my head and I was really eager to start exploring the mountains right away. However, after 2 months living in Tashkent, I started to realize that the mountains seems a little bit far away, a little bit out of reach. You would need a car, which I didn't have one at the time. You would drive at least an hour and a half to get close to the mountain. And there's very little information available on the internet for a foreigner like me. On top of that, friends who have been out on a hike here told me the trails in Uzbekistan are not well developed enough and facilities are very limited. So, you can imagine my excitement when I found a local hiking group on Telegram called Go On Foot. I followed the channel for a while before I decided to join a hike. This channel is run by a guy called Yusuf. Later on, I realized that Yusuf actually has a full-time job and he runs the hiking group only on weekends. On the channel, he posts information on hikes they will do the following weekend. People can sign up and pay between $20 to $30 for a group hike. That includes transportations and guides. So, on the 24th of November, on a really cold Sunday, I joined Yusuf and 14 other people on a hike to Mount Kunguburka in the Tashkent region. It is located near Lake Sharak. This is the story of our journey.
Right now we are in Tashkent. As you can see on your right side, that is dam, the Charvak Reservoir Dam. And we are gonna climb to the Kungurbuka peak, which is 1,981 meters above the sea level. And one way it's roughly 7 kilometers. So it's considered medium level hike. We started our journey. Our peak is not visible here, so we have to walk a little bit, maybe 2 hours, and it's gonna be viewable and it's gonna be fun. Just watch till the end.
So, Mr. Yusuf, when you started this hiking and what inspired you to do this hiking?
Well, technically speaking, I used to live in the Sultanate of Oman, in the city of Nezwa, where I didn't have any entertainment. So I was seeing some kind of mountains, small mountains, and I was like, let me go there, let me go there, let me see that one. So it started off, and when I was hiking, it was like a little bit difficult in the beginning. I was like, okay, let me try one more time, and it started off. And when I got back in 2020 to Uzbekistan, I also I asked people do they hike here? And then one of my friends, they said, oh, I know one group, they go hiking. I'm like, okay, let me join there. And I did join them. And since then, it started off like that.
Wow. So first hiking, it was from Oman, you said, right?
Yeah, in Oman, yeah. But it was not a hike, but this was like a little bit going, a little bit see how it's, the views from the down there, it was quite good, inspiring. And I was like, I'm gonna continue with that actually. So,
that's great.
And since then I love it. And I'm taking the tourists from different parts of the world who are living here in Uzbekistan, locals as well as foreigners, and to take them to show the beauty of Uzbekistan. So join us. Sometimes in the nature, especially in the hikers, like when you go hiking, I have a friend who always says, I know a shortcut. And what happens usually is that we end up in a very bad position and we lose more time and more energy, and we come back and go with the standard route.
Because sometimes it's not about the distance. It's about the difficulty.
Yes.
But it's sometimes you have obstacles in the way.
Yes, that's true.
The story which says slow and steady wins the race.
Ah, yeah, it is actually a true one.
Sometimes it's true, yeah.
It is true, actually. By the way, I'm gonna tell you how we hiked 54 kilometers in a single day. Would you believe that? That was in the mountains.
I believe it, but which time did you get home?
Well, let me start when we left Tashkent. It was 0000, like at 12 a.m.
Midnight, yeah.
At midnight, just to see one lake and come back. And on the way we saw the bear.
So, Mr. Yusuf, where are you from?
So originally I'm from Pakistan.
What made you come to Uzbekistan, to Tashkent, sir?
So I arrived on the 14th of August.
On 14, yeah, couple months ago.
And what made me come here was the fact that this is the only job I got offered. So this is my first year in teaching. And I applied online, and Uzbekistan was like the only international job that got back to me. So, and I wanted to move out of London.
So you are the teacher right now, right?
I am a teacher, yeah.
So do you like the hiking?
I love hiking.
What inspired you to come from in early morning, wake up and come here, sir? What inspires you?
You know, when you go to the top and you achieve something, the feeling you get is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a buzz of adrenaline. It's like this release of, like, you know, I can do it. Standing on the top, you know.
Yeah, and feel this atmosphere.
Especially after the struggle.
Yeah, it will be great.
Yes.
For at the beginning you will struggle, and then when you reach to the top, everything you forget about, right?
Yes, and that's human nature. Like before, when we used to hunt and eat, you know.
Yeah.
We used to struggle. We used to go for days without eating. And then we find one, and maybe we don't catch it. Next time we catch, we eat, and we feel that hit, you know.
Okay, great.
And it's the same. I love going up mountains.
I mean, you love the climbing to the mountains.
I love it. Yeah.
That's great. So how is Tashkent, Uzbekistan? How are our mountains?
Absolutely beautiful, man. You know, I've traveled many countries in the world. I've been to Europe, I've been to North Africa, and everywhere mountains are different.
Okay.
And when I come to Uzbekistan, again, I see mountains are very different.
Compared to others, right?
Compared to other places in the world. And, you know, nature is beautiful as it is. So I can't complain with the mountains. And Tashkent, I love Tashkent as well. I love the food, I love the people.
Okay.
You know, it's very nice, I enjoy it.
Thanks so much. And the last question, what is your expectation from this hiking right now?
My expectation is to get home safe. I'm just joking, man.
Okay.
As you can see on our backside, that is Charvak Reservoir, and that was built in 60s and 70s. And as you can see, 3 rivers make the Charvak Reservoir, and the first one and the biggest one is on that way, and that is Pskem River. And the second one is on the left side. When we're on the top, I'm gonna show you that, and it is Chatkal River. And the third one and the smallest one is Koksu River. These 3 main rivers make the Charvak Reservoir. And of course, that is the dam, Charvak Dam, and that is of course was built in order to create more energy. And of course, one of the reasons of building this Charvak Reservoir is to create energy for Tashkent. You know, like in 1966 there was quite big earthquake in Tashkent, and of course in order to rebuild Tashkent we needed the electricity. So this is the main natural hydro power, and that's why they were built during the Soviet Union.
Well, then we'll have to make one up.
It's
Difficult
even more
to clean
difficult
like
because
this.
it's one day.
Yeah, it is one. Yeah,
That one we take a long time.
That's
we go
great.
out, we rest,
So
we
you do
sleep.
it every time, right?
Ha, Yusuf biraz etkince ha. Niye mi çams koymayayım?
Can we have a group selfie with you? Yeah. I'm gonna take a selfie with you. Go on, let's do it, you got it! Very good! You got it! But they don't know that. We did it! Yeah, we are on the top of Kungurbuka mountain peak, 1,981 meters above the sea level. Yeah!
Ana команда.
Zjedpieli.
Kale.
Fantastic. That's good. We are gonna install the plate, which is gonna be this one. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's the height, 1981, and Kungurbuka peak, and we are gonna install it right here. Yes.
We keep on fighting to the end. Yes!
Geocaching would be really nice over here in these mountains. If you don't know what geocaching is, you need to find out soon.
So now we are gonna make a tea here. So let's start it. Here we go. Down this one. It's like the Russian, like a lot of stuff coming out of that. Here we go. This one. We are gonna have a drink this one, and it's gonna be one of the most delicious tea you have ever tasted. Actually, it's gonna be fun. Actually, it's gonna be good. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh, but here we go.
So, Mr. Christopher, how is the view?
Stunning. Central Asia is
What
one of-
what was your expectation on this?
Central Asia is such an underrated spot in the world, and my favorite place in the world. I've been here 8 years, and it always amazes me
Yeah,
every time I see the mountains.
That's great. Yeah, it inspires, right? Because I have been living here 24 years and I haven't noticed this kind of place, you know.
Yeah.
It's it was really amazing. Am I right?
Country, yes.
Thank you so much. And like the question is that how long have you been here and where are you from actually?
I'm from Portland, Oregon, in the Pacific Northwest. It's very lush forests, so it's very different from here. Here we don't have all the walls of mountains, usually a single mountain, so it's very exotic for me.
That's great.
And I've been in Central Asia 8 years, in Uzbekistan maybe 4 months.
So what makes you to come here in our country?
Oh, I saw Uzbekistan in National Geographic magazine.
Oh, really?
There was an article called The Stands, and from a little boy, it was just a magical place for me.
That's great.
The history, the architecture, the foods.
Thanks so much. We're very happy in that case. And the last question is that what inspires you to do this kind of hiking? I know it's difficult, to climb here. It's like very struggle. What inspires you to do this kind of thing?
This.
Yeah, agree with you. So Rihanna, one thing, how our trip, how this climbing is going on?
Well, I didn't think I was going to make it. At the beginning, I didn't know what to expect, so I was a bit worried. And I said to my husband, what if I'm far behind everybody and you'll have to wait for me all the time? But it turns out to be a very nice group and everybody is kind and waiting, and even if you can't do it so good as you think you would have been able to, you can still just enjoy it. It's an amazing group.
At the beginning your expectation was that you will give up and you can do, but
no,
you did it.
And I thought, up to the mountain over here, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm relatively older, so I thought to myself, now let's see what happens.
Is it worth it of the struggle?
Yes,
What do you think?
Definitely. I mean, if you stand up here and you look around you, it's beautiful. There's no words that can actually express yourself because you have to experience it.
Yeah, of course.
You have to see it to believe it. It's something you have to understand.
And actually, where are you from actually? How long have you been here?
My husband and I, we are from South Africa.
Wow.
And we came about 3 months ago, and so now we're still exploring Uzbekistan, and it's an amazing place. We're very happy to be here, and the people are amazing. Very, very nice.
Hello, Mr. Ivan. So how is the atmosphere? How is the view?
I must say it's quite exhilarating. The fresh air, the space around me, the view, everything is just contributes to a feeling of exhilaration. It's really exciting.
Actually, what makes you to climb, to struggle? I mean, to come here. What makes you to do this one?
The hike itself, we've been longing for a bit of nature. We come from, we're used to mountains and space around us, and we've been in Tashkent for 3 months now.
Wow.
Just buildings, traffic.
Actually, where are you from actually?
We are from South Africa.
Wow.
South Africa, and so we missed a bit of nature, and we decided to do this, and I mean, it's been fantastic. The views are awesome. I mean, you can just see the snow-capped mountains around us, the color of the lake here, it's beautiful. It was quite a climb.
But the beginning
it was hard work.
Yeah.
But being up here, it's worth it. It's been worthwhile.
Actually, what makes you to come to our country?
It's actually quite a story. Me and my wife are teachers, and it was difficult to find a place where both of us can have a job at the same time. And we had some options, and we ended up with interviews from Tashkent, and at first we didn't know where it was. We had to Google it. It's like, where's Uzbekistan, where's Tashkent? And we did a bit of research, and we liked the people, we liked the place, we liked the food.
Yeah, I'm agree with you, the food is good.
And there's so many interesting things, the history. So and it hasn't disappointed. We're really enjoying it here.
Have you been our regions like Samarkand, Horizon? Have you been there?
We visited Samarkand in the previous little holiday we had. That was very exciting. Shahrizabad,
difficult name.
Yes, that was also very exciting. I quite like that. And and hopefully in the next holiday we'll see a bit more.
What inspires you to do this kind of struggle, to do this kind of climbing?
I don't know, it's just like built into me. Since I've been young, I've loved adventure, adrenaline,
agree with you.
Getting up as high as I can, enjoying the views. There's just something that's that's alluring about that, you know. So yeah,
Okay.
that's probably one.
Great.
Sure. Thank you for bringing us up here.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, Mr. Yusuf, can you tell me what was your memorable experience, like struggle while you climbing with the foreigners, with these many people?
One of the most memorable hikes which ever I've done in my life was happened during in April of this year, when we hiked 53 kilometers in a single day.
53 kilometers?
Yeah,
really?
To go there and come back, and it was with the local tourists. I'm like, I'm calling my friends. Hey, man, I want to go to that lake. And he's like, how many kilometers we have to go? I'm like, going back and forth. And he asked me, and I said, yeah. It's like 53 kilometers, and he looked at me like that way, like, are you crazy, man? No, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, come on, you can do that. And we did it, and it took us the whole day. We started off our hike at 2 a.m. in the morning, and we got back from the mountains, it was 10 p.m. So roughly speaking, we hiked about 20 hours in a single day. It was really difficult.
Yeah, it was difficult because right now we just did like 7 kilometers, and you know, I'm very tired. I don't want to come, but after seeing this kind of view, believe me, it's worth it.
You will forget.
Yeah, you will forget about every struggle which you have ever seen right now. You know.
Yes,
I totally agree.
It's actually because of that people go hiking. Like when you see the view, like when you look at the mountains, like the beautiful scenes, and you're like, oh my God, no, I will forget about that part of there. Like being tiredness, like exhaustion. Yeah. So you will forget about that part.
Great. So look, like you're telling that you're doing this kind of stuff like for so many years. What in the future? What you see this kind of tourism? I can say this kind of climbing to a mountain. How you see in the future?
So what I see, the tendency is going in the mountain hiking is that before 2020, before the COVID, what I saw is that people were not going outside a lot. But after the COVID, like they were not able to travel abroad, and they were like locked in the country, and they started to explore the Uzbek mountains. And they saw like on Instagram like some good pictures, and they're like, okay, let me go there. So I've seen that uprising tendency every single year in this. So I hopefully in the close future we're going to see more people coming out to the mountains, hiking, going to the camping, something like that. And I see good progress in it.
It's step by step, it's rising, right?
It is rising, especially among the Uzbek population. Before, there was more Russians were into the hiking.
I agree, yeah.
More Russians, because it's a good thing. But nowadays, it's Uzbeks who are going more to the nature, and they're exploring the Uzbek mountains.
So, what makes you to do this kind of stuff? To do like kind of struggle to come here? What makes you? What inspires you to do this stuff?
And actually, that's a good question.
Of course, I'm interested on this, you know?
You know, we are living in a city like 5 days in a week. We are working like 9 to 6, and we are in the computer, etc. Like working on computers, and the air is not fresh there. So I just want to get outside of the city and just to be with my own self, with my clients, and just to explore the nation and just to have fun. You see what I mean, right? To explore the nature and enjoy it.
I agree. So how you told like you have been climbing with the foreigners and with the locals, right?
Yes.
What you see like cultural difference between them?
Okay, that's interesting.
Is there any difference between them?
Yes, there is one. The difference is the local tourists, when they go, they try to make more good photos for Instagram. They do it, and they're perfect in it actually. When you see their content, it's perfect. But when I climb with the foreigners, for example, they try to enjoy the nature. Sometimes I'm asking, why are you not taking any picture? And they're like, I'm enjoying here, and I'm gonna take some pictures just for memory. That's it. That's the biggest difference I've seen in them actually.
How, from where you getting this kind of energy, you know? How we are still powerful, energetic. From where you get this kind of energy? Can you tell us? Can you tell me, please? Because I'm really interested. Because you know, just 7 kilometers I came, and I'm tired.
When you continue hiking more and more, you will get more energy while doing it. So I'm every day, like every week, I'm going to the mountains just for the purpose of getting more energy out of it. Like I'm getting passion. This is my passion. The mountains are my passion. So if I had the chance to build a house, I would build the house on the top of the mountain and live here if I had that chance actually, because I love the nature.
Yeah, great.
That's it.
Okay. It was great.
It was
Thank you so
awesome
much.
to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we have now we're gonna climb down to the from the mountains, and we have installed the plate on the mountain Kungurbuka, which is 1981 meters above the sea level with a team, and it's fun actually. We enjoyed it. And on your backside, the most snowy one and the bigger one is the Greater Chimgan. If you turn to the left side, which is the pointy one, that is the Hunter's Peak. It is 3,099 meters above the sea level. And the Greater Chimgan over there is 3,309 meters above the sea level, which is good. And hopefully during summer, we are gonna climb to those mountains. See ya next time.
We spent almost 2 hours on the summit enjoying the view and the black lemon tea Yusuf prepared for us. We started to descend at around 2:30 in the afternoon. The plan is to reach a spot close to the starting point so we could watch the sunset together. We didn't quite manage to do that because our group was split into several mini groups. Everybody was exhausted, and some took longer than the others in descending. The colors of the sky were so beautiful, and we witnessed the hustle bustle of the city from far. It was a magical feeling standing on the top of the slope. When it's all dark and quiet, watching millions of lights blinking in front of our own eyes, I immediately feel blessed. I'm thankful that the mountains are actually quite near. I'm thankful that my body is still strong enough to push me forward. I'm thankful that I found my hiking tribe here. And I'm always thankful for the good people and good moments in life. I cannot wait to explore another mountain region in Uzbekistan.